Looks like we're live. Excellent. Okay. Excellent, excellent. So, to explain a little bit what's going on today, there will be a full... We'll be finishing off the Grassrowing Wilds thing later today. I should have actually started this about an hour ago, but I didn't realize there'd be a delay. Basically, my sister and I were going to record another Witcher 3 episode and a Cooking with Zan episode today. I got the camcorder right here and everything. However, she has been delayed by RL stuff, so while I wait for her, I figured I'd go ahead and do a couple of fill-in-the-gap things that I decided I wanted to do anyway. So this is going to be kind of a short stream now, and then I'm going to break whenever she is over here, and then we'll do our recording stuff, and then I'll come back, and we'll go ahead and finish up the Grassrowing Wilds. So hello Shiryu, Nico, and the Cosmic Turtle, or the Cosmic Turtle-y, depending on how you prefer it. What's up, guys? So, the first few ones we're going to do aren't exactly what you would call story-heavy. I still felt like I wanted to show these off, partially because of the fun factor, partially just to show off what they did with scenarios. Hey, Takoida. Hey, Odalali. Hey, Grey Wolf. Excuse me. So, without further ado, the first one we're going to do is the Brewing Store, which is this one.
Until next time.
So this actually occurred while we were in the Jade Forest. So if you mentally rewind the story a bit, we had encountered a brewmaster, Blanche. And she was like, please, help me to make this amazing brew. Now, this is actually kind of funny, because the way this brew works is, it's not just like any old brew. They actually make this brew and infuse it with lightning. Yes, lightning. Now, I don't know if this is literally just electricity, or if this is magical elemental air energy or whatever. I would imagine it's the latter. That would make more sense, since they do have such a thing as magical brews in this setting. But that's what we're going to help her do, is make lightning beer. Hey, Magister.
Tell me of your travels.
She shouts over the commotion of the store. You made it! The boiler and the brew kegs are in place. Now we just need his Mother Nature to work her magic. What do you say? You ready for some fireworks?
I hope to see you again soon.
Hey, Kovac. Good night, Fuke. Oh, whoop, right. So as you can see, they have these lightning rods set up that are deliberately designed to capture the lightning, and yeah. Yes and no, Magister. I will be doing the story aspect of Domination Point, but I will not be doing the dailies, if that makes sense. So as you can see, the Sauroch have decided, you know what? We like lightning brew too. Let's do it. Lightning brew. I believe so, yes, J-Leia, and I'm so sorry that you bought an amazing game. I mean, a terrible game. But yes, we will be doing those stories. There's no way we were going to skip that story. It is simply too main plot and character relevant. It's actually a little hard to do solo. Usually there's 3 people here running around putting out the fires, dodging the lightning, and killing the mobs. The good news is I can kill the mobs almost immediately, so that's not an issue. Yes, we will, Magister. And I'm pretty sure I know what you mean. Hey, this isn't just any beer, Takoida. This is a lightning beer. Gotta enjoy us some lightning and some beer. Oh, there we go. So now we'll be taking this lightning brew down to the Tiong Monastery. Let's get in that healing. I should be reading what she says. Wow. So she mentioned how the storm was more intense than she saw, but it's okay, we did it, so let's take this to the monastery. Rest up for a second while I prepare the keg. Everyone ready? Let's roll. Autobots! Oh, sorry. As you can see, however, the Sauroch always seek high ground when the rain hits. So, some of them were here to steal our lightning brew, but the others just kind of happened to be in our way. And if you remember our discussion yesterday about the Sauroch culture, if you could call it that, simply by virtue of being near someone, the Sauroch's immediate reaction is going to be to fight them, probably kill them, and take all their stuff. So, these Sauroch are probably just like, hey, wait, you're a person! Die! Now, they're scaling the cliff walls at this point, so this is going to get pretty dirty, as you can see. Again, seeking the high ground. I guess it's hard to get rid of those old lizard instincts. Hey, if I could find a peaceful solution, I would, Dakota. I am limited by the mechanics of the game I play. Not every game can be Undertale. Watch your footing. The stones are still slick from the rain. And then she immediately goes over the edge of the cliff. I've seen that bug before. Basically, she's trying to aggro the mobs that are still on the bottom of the cliff. So she's just like, I'll get them! This scenario, so each of these has a heroic version, right? The heroic versions, in addition to being way more challenging... I'm sorry, Fuke. In addition to being way more challenging and generally more fun, to put it bluntly, they also give really nice gear for actually pushing through here. I'm just going to quote what she said here, word for word. Keep an eye on the rear! No, not my rear, behind us! Sorry, I'm not into Pandoran women. Hey, Durker. We're actually technically in the middle of the Krasarang Wilds, but we're taking a little bit of a break because I've got kind of like a pseudo-quarter stream day here, and then later this evening we'll finish up the Krasarang Wilds. Yes, Fuke. Ooh, I need a breather. Let's rest a moment. Oh my god! It's a gigantic Sauroch! And the refuge is under attack by Borokula, the Destroyer. No time to catch our breath. Quickly! We've got to help them. I'm coming. So, I think I mentioned this again earlier. And again, there's not a lot to talk about Sauroch culture, but the bigger generally means the higher up in rank. Because the bigger are the ones that have allowed to grow that big because they've killed enough and looted enough to get to that point. So this guy is probably actually a fairly high-ranked Sauroch. Probably still below the gentleman, whose name I've already forgotten, in the Valley of the Four Winds. But pretty high up. Hey, Azura.
Greetings.
Let's do it!
May your days bring
Let's
you
go be heroes! I'll save you! Last chance, fork-tongued dip-slithers! You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So this fight is actually really rough to do with the achievement. You also have this ability to call upon the Thunder Brew. You might be like, well, what's Thunder Brew do? Now this is cute, because this is actually really neat of a mechanic. I actually cannot show off the mechanic properly for you. Basically, while I'm doing this, nothing happens, right? But if someone else targets the same target with the same attack, instantly kills them. Instantaneously. And so if you're coordinated in your group, and it's pretty much mandatory to do that on Heroic, then you could actually very quickly clear through this, and it's awesome. Anyways, we did it! Thunderpaw Refuge is saved! And I've got just the brew to celebrate with. First round's on me! Thank you, friends. Yay. And there are achievements for doing all this stuff. I have all of them already. Let's see, those are... Where did they slot those? Oh, they have their own thing then. That's right. Scenarios. Oh, there's tons of achievements for scenarios. And as you can see, I have done all of them. I'm trying to remember what the one is for this one. It doesn't matter. Some of those scenario achievements were really hard, too. Okay, so that's that first one. We have helped them to brew beer. Oh, all of them, Fuke. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine what a fire brew would taste like? Or how about a deep, earthy brew? Or how about something lighter, like an airy brew? I mean, come on. You know what would be awesome, though? Light brew. Just the power of the holy light poured into alcohol. I mean, tell me that wouldn't taste amazing. I might even drink that. Oh, I need to... Speaking of alcohol. That's a weird segue, but trust me. Okay, next one. I actually have a list here for the next one I want to do in order. Pardon me. Is Greenstone Village. Felbrew. Let's not do Felbrew. So Greenstone Village, we actually saw a little bit of this, and if I'd been doing this, I apologize, I screwed up. I take this onto me as my ownership for screwing up. I should have been doing... I hadn't decided if I was doing the scenarios at all yet. I was going to do the story-relevant ones, of course. But these ones, like the one I just did, aren't really story-relevant. It's just, like, for fun. So I wasn't deciding if I was doing those. But if I was going to do this one... Do you remember the quest we had back here in the Jade Forest? Right around here-ish. We were going to a jade mine that had been overrun with sprites and whatnot. And there was a little village right next to there called Greenstone Village, right outside the jade mine. This scenario we're about to do basically happens right after that event. So if, rewind time a little bit here to that one. Where is it? Greenstone. There it is, Greenstone.
White Tiger watch over you.
I can't either, Darker. Throne of Thunder was an awesome raid. I had a lot of fun in there. And then again, I think the Pandaria raids were pretty high quality in general. The only one I got tired of was Magushan, and that's just because I did it so much. So, as I said, here we are back in the past. The Jade Mine is literally right over there to give you a perspective of where we are. And if I was to go north, that's where we fought the Mogu. Over in, I guess that would be this direction is where that mural was. You know, that kind of stuff. So you have an idea of where we are. Oh my god, monsters are attacking Greenstone Village! No! And she's being chased by a seedling. It's kind of cute, actually. So as you can see, we have some cursed jade here and some sassy seedlings. And for some reason, some wood sprites. Strange. Someone please help! Yeah.
What wisdom do you
Oh,
seek?
there's hope for Greenstone. Thank you. Fear not, we will save you. Now, I want to point something else. This probably looks like a attack on these people, and it is, by Pandaran standards. Notice that none of the people are being attacked here. Notice that no one's injured, or being killed, or anything like that. Because, again, this is Pandaria, and that's just kind of how things work here. When you're so, I'll go ahead and spoil this story of this one a little bit. There's a nearby elemental that got upset with the locals because they weren't properly following its tenets or whatever, okay? So it decided to stir up the locals in terms of animals, seedlings, and of course these spiderlings, and a few chunks of jade in order to teach those Pandarans a lesson. And again, it's such a relatively innocent thing compared to anything else. Because they're not actually trying to really do any real damage. They're not here to rape or pillage or kill. They're here to, well, you know, make a mess. It's that kind of mischievous thing as opposed to actual malicious thing. Bit of a difference there. What's that? Also, Darkwing Duck. I'm going to stop singing that because I don't want to get hit by a copyright thing. So, oh my god, there's a Quillian. Quillian. And some of us are grateful for that, Darker. Damn, I can't actually DPS through its heal. Wow. Many thanks. I couldn't have held out much longer. Alas, I am in no condition to go on. If our entire supply of greenstone brew hadn't been stolen! If you can venture into the surrounding forest and return stolen barrels to me, I'll concoct a concentrated draft of marvelous power for you. Okay. This is cute. Oh my god, look how huge that barrel is. How are we possibly going to lift that? Well, I've got an idea. Yeah! Bum bum ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da bum 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 ba da ba da. precious barrel of greenstone brew. Hooray! So monks, if they do their class quests, automatically get staves, I should say, that look like that, and they look awesome. And you can use them for transmog. And I really have nothing else to add to that other than that it's awesome, and I wish other classes could get that. An adventurer saves the village. A hero returns the brew. Well, we do have a lot of beautiful people. The beautiful people. Hi, Idris. I am that one. I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am that one quest you just can't get out of your mind. I am the lore that connects your stories. I'm not good at this. I'd have to sit down and think about it. I agree, Darker. That would be cool. I actually used to have a walking stick that I'd polished, to get rid of splinters and whatnot myself. I'd found it when I was out whitewater rafting back in California, and it was this awesome, I called it the lightning bolt, because it basically looked like a lightning bolt, and it was, I'd say, about 5 feet long. It was huge, and about this far around. It took forever to polish it down to a sheen. So it wouldn't, have splinters and whatnot all over the place. When I ended up moving out to Kansas for the first time, I couldn't bring it with me, basically. So, sadness. I've actually been asked about the Gothic and Risen series many times. Basically, I have not played them. As to whether I would play them or not, shrug. I'm usually willing to try most stuff. In general. I've never heard of the Guild, though, other than the TV show, which I didn't care for. Oh yeah, crappy rare mount. I am the crappy rare mounts that never drop. No matter how many times I do the instance. God, I still haven't gotten the one off of the Vaults of Archivon. Every time it shows up, I do it on, I think, 8 characters. 8! Still doesn't drop. Anyways, you have returned. 1,000 thanks. Please take this, our most potent creation. Volatile greenstone brew. So, if you use this, it basically nukes everything right around you. Just immediately. There's actually an achievement for doing this quest without using it, but I've already got that achievement, so I'm just going to, show it off to you, because why not? Okay, let's gather a whole bunch of guys together. Come here, guys. No, don't die. Brew! Up you get. Naturally, the only way to revive Pandaren is to give them alcohol. That's just logical, right? But now it's time to find the architect of this crime, the main proponent of this catastrophe. Yes, it is the vengeful Hui. I don't know how to pronounce that. Flee, craven villagers. This land belongs to nature once more. Remember, again, they kind of sound like, children. And down you go. Back to the earth with you. What, Myron? I don't understand your sentence. So anyways, having defeated the vengeful earth element and its mischievous ways, and like I said, there's the jade mine, literally right there. See, in other words, he got upset because, the mine had the earthquake thing, so he figured it was our fault. And Anyways, and apparently X-Men Apocalypse is out in some countries. I'm going to assume that based on Formosan's statement. It does not come out here until next week. I am seeing it next week. I've had tickets purchased for some time. Yes, I have read the Kingdom Hearts manga. Okay, so we did that one. Hang on, looking at the list here. Pretty sure, yes, okay. Now, technically, a couple of these haven't happened yet, but when they sit in the story, it doesn't matter too much. So we're going to go ahead and do this one.
Slow down.
This is actually one of my favorites of the various scenarios, just in terms of fun. There it is.
Goodbye.
I have zero problems with Overwatch or motion sickness. I have actually already streamed Overwatch. I haven't decided if I'm buying it yet or not. Still very on the fence for that. I keep kind of waiting for something to push me over, like, say, a little more story. So as you can see, we're here on the southern islands of the Cressering Wilds.
Tell me of your travels.
Ah, good. You made it. It's time to teach these pirate hosen why they should not raid our villages. You know the only thing worse than a pirate? Hosen pirates. They raid our shores, steal our fish, our boats, our brew. No one steals our brew. No one!
Next one is on me.
The trick to dealing with pirate hosen is to have the element of surprise. Of course I did, Magister. Okay, so the new trick to dealing with pirate hosen is to do what you did just right there. Let me show you how it's done, boy. I don't think they do, Magister. I don't know, we'll see. Well, look what we have here. Our first keg of recovered brew. I'll take this one, folks. Wait a minute. Birds, too? This is him talking over there. How are they taming birds? Yeah, that's actually a good question. Note that the Hosen are fighting because they're Hosen. I mean, I don't think they really need a reason to be completely honest with you. They have a debuff called Ooked in the Duke. It slows you down. I'll let you think about that for a second. Well, this looks as good a place as any to brew. What was that? Oh dear, looks like we've got company. You take care of the mongrels. I'll get the brew brewing. A little bit of both, Formosan. One of you stay with me to keep the cauldron safe. The others find some brew and bring it back. Oh, this might actually be a little difficult solo. We'll see how this works out. So there's lots of little events you can do around here to pick up brew to bring it back. And generally you leave one person behind to protect the cauldron, otherwise they'll steal it back. So I'm going to just kind of be in a hurry here. And hope for the best. Now, which particular events are live can vary a little bit. You can also trick it, so you have a maximum brew carrying capacity. But if you get within one of that, and then like pick up a big brew after getting within one of it, which I didn't do just now, then you can carry more in one slot. It's basically required, or at least it was when we were doing this, to get the achievement for doing this within a set period of time. Now, hopefully they haven't stolen any brew while I've been away. Looks like no. Looks like we're okay. Have some brew! Oh. I think the garbage people are by. I'm glad you liked it, by the way, Formos. I would ask you to stay quiet about it for about a week. Because, again, it doesn't even come out. We're actually seeing it next Thursday. For a little bit of specificity. Doing what I love. So that only gave us 25 brew. Yeah, I'm being a little cautious because I don't want to lose brew here. I'm role-playing a proper Pandaren. Oh, they're stealing the brew. They're stealing the brew. Get back here with our brew. Nah. Oh god, it's a cove shark. Which is launching troops that are stinky because they traveled inside a shark. And no, that was a Hosen, to go ahead. Just for that. Death to the Hosen! I like how they try to sneak up on you, like that one just was doing. Personally, I enjoy Death Knight a little bit better, but they're both really good. Monk has a little more variety in what it can do, so if you want to be able to try out more things, I'd say Monk. What, don't you travel everywhere by, shark? See? They also travel by bat, as you can see. Yeah, damn it. I was a bad Mistweaver healer in Pandaria, and I have not done it since then, because I was so bad at it, it kind of put me off on it. I basically think I was doing something wrong. Like, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I was doing something wrong, because my numbers in raids were terrible. Now, in a 5-man, yeah, I had a 5-man. I could keep anyone alive, and I had no deaths in 5-mans at all in my Monk. But anytime I'd go into a raid, my healing numbers would be way lower than anywhere else's. And it got to the point where I had to be careful, because sometimes it would flat out kick me out of the raid because of how low my healing numbers were, you know? Welcome back, Magister. Hope you... Here, have some mana crystals to help you out there. That being said, I enjoy the mechanics of the Mistweaver quite a bit. It's just I sucked at it, apparently. And I never figured out why. Like, I tried different methods of healing, and it just didn't work out. I was apparently just terrible. I don't know what to make of that. It's a weird thing when it's just like, yeah, I'm terrible. And, yeah, don't know what else to say about it. Ah, dang it. I screwed up. Ah, well. This'll finish it up. By the way, in case you can't quite tell, because we haven't really been showing it off that much, they have banana boats. You see it right outside that ship? With the pirate flag on it. Banana boats. Okay, they're stealing lots of brew. Get back here with our brew! Oh my god. Nah. Nah. Come back here with our brew, you bastards. That's our brew. If you asked, we would have given you some. Why is he evading? Basically, yes, Odalali, excuse me. I'm still trying to get that pronunciation right because I'm terrible. I did actually try Mountain Blade, and yeah, the lack of structure just kind of killed it for me. And I had some issues with the Yui, which I don't know how to describe right now, but I was having issues with it. Which is a shame, because so many people tell me that it's an amazing game. So, we've finally gotten back enough brew. Is that my belly rumbling? Or something big coming? Oh my, that brew's a bit stronger than I expected. I need to rest my eyes a bit. No. So yes, as you can see, Captain Ook has journeyed here on his legendary banana boat. Which I just really wanted to show you guys in person. I should have let him live for a bit. Oh, oh, the Ook is duked? Fantastic. Well done, heroes. This one's on the house. And we are now official Hosen. Yay. So that guy has a mechanic that I really kind of wanted to show off and screwed up showing off. Where he occasionally gets scurvy. Yes, really. And he and he'll look around and there'll be an orange. He's like, yes, an orange to cure me scurvy. But if you grab it, he's like, hey, that's my orange. And he starts chasing after you and he gets faster and faster. And if he catches you, he gets buffed and beats the crap out of everyone. But if you successfully keep it away from him, he actually finishes getting scurvy and gets debuffed. Don't think about it too much. Enjoy the show. Being completely honest, though, I may try Mountain Blade out again on the stream someday, because it's actually been... Whenever Mountain Blade came out, I played it. It's been since then, since I've played it. Hey, let me look that up real quick. When did you come out? Mount Blade, yeah. There's apparently several Mountain Blades. Fire and Sword, Warband. What is all this? Napoleonic? Eh? Well, anyways, this came out in 2008. So yeah, it's been a while since I've played Mountain Blade. Ow! Which one should I get if I'm going to get a Mountain Blade to stream? Which one should I get? Help me out, guys. In the interim, hi Deacon. Okay, so we did that. Oh, we did that. I'm looking down the list of scenarios there. We'll go ahead and show this one off. This one technically happens later, but it doesn't matter.
Enough of that.
What's the new one called? So this is just the war between the Horde and the Alliance. That's all this scenario is. There's zero story here. The Horde are fighting the Alliance. The end. And it's literally mirrored. So if you do this on the Alliance, it's basically the exact same thing with the people's positions swapped, and that's it. Bannerlord is the new one. Hang on, so let me look this up real quick before I forget to look it up. Cannot find anything about Bannerlord. You lied to me. So as you can see, we're fighting the Alliance dogs! We'll kill every last one of them. I don't know why I'm using a Dwarven accent for this. We will kill every last one of those Alliance dogs. One by one, they will fall, and their blood will paint this continent red! For the Horde. Oh god, it's Lieutenant Parker! He's pretty good with that rapier. We better be careful, guys. There we go. Victory! Victory is ours. Get in the cannon. Press the attack. Sir! Yes, sir! Cannon travel! Yeah, I feel like they just kind of randomly picked races, personally, Magister. Possible darker, but I don't think so personally. I think it was just showing him a, for lack of a better term, generic vision based on him. Based on his personality, his perspectives, and his flaws. Oh, we've pushed them back to their ship. Swing over and steal their explosives, and then blow their ship to smithereens. Whee! Uh-oh. It's a gnome. Lieutenant Fuse Blast, the demolitionist. Bring it on, gnomish scum! For the Horde! Uh-oh. I'll take that barrel. Oh, hey, there's a barrel of oranges, too. Nom, nom, nom. Delicious vitamin C. Oh. Okay, sorry. Uh-oh. It's Lieutenant Fizzboil! So named for reasons we can't talk about in private company. Or polite company, excuse me. Well, cool. Minigames are usually fun. Pazak, well, I was always terrible at Pazak, but I still liked it conceptually. And now, the worst of all the gnomes! Lieutenant Bolt Blaster. Fwah! Bring it on. Uh-oh. Shotgun! Oof! Yeah, he has a knockback attack with his shotgun, which amuses me. Alright. But before we do this, we're gonna roll the strange bowl of dice by the skeleton, because I've got a good feeling about this. Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! So when you roll the cursed pirate dice, you get a random effect. Some are good, most are bad. Which, I mean, yeah, you know. And yeah, I am a little sad they abandoned the scenario format. Come on. Gotta get topside. Gotta get topside. Quick! Quick, 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 quick! Yeah! Kablooey! Down with the Alliance, dogs! Alright. It's time to defeat the enemy admiral. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Nope, I'm going the right way. You know, gotta be honest, if they sent more adventurers in cannons than cannonballs, I think we'd have a much higher success rate in the war. Hey, Samurai. Hey, Chef Lorerun. Samurai, I hate you. I want you to be aware of that. Avast! These horrid scalawags have made their way on our ship. Take care of them. Alright, so we're taken care of. Now what? I draw the rapier. Let's do it. So what you're supposed to do is defeat him with this rapier, which takes some timing. It's easier than it seems, but a lot of players had problems doing that. And we've killed the Admiral. Yes! The Horde is victorious! Death to the Alliance. And that's it. Well, Samurai, last night, while I was having trouble getting to sleep, and decided to get some work done, I picked up a couple things on my phone. There's this game called Final Fantasy Record Keeper, you may have heard of. There's a Star Wars game, which I'm not going to tell you about right now. And there's this weird thing called Kingdom Hearts Unchained X. I don't know what to make of that. Ahem. And yes, it's racist, Deacon. It's part of the point. Okay. My opinion on Record Keeper so far is actually really easy to summarize. No story, but competently presented otherwise. Okay, so we did that. We did that. Let's go and do the arena. We haven't actually gone
Slow down.
to Kunlai yet, but again, this doesn't really have anything to do with the Kunlai storyline, so I'll just summarize the story that's relevant to this. We reached the White Tiger in Kunlai. Okay, there you go. Now we can do the arena.
White Tiger watch over you.
I don't know, I'm pretty good about not spending money when I don't have it to burn, Samurai. I already have a lot of money problems right now. But you don't need to hear about that. So, welcome to our first officially sanctioned event, the Arena of Annihilation. You ready to display your martial prowess here, the Eye of the Tiger? Hit that gong and show these monks what you're made of, one way or the other. So, there is an audience, it's just kind of hard to tell. They're up there on the rafters. And of course, the White Tiger there, Zwen, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is right there, observing. So this is kind of neat because the bosses you can get are randomized. So doing all these bosses is kind of difficult. I really hope I get a particular fight because it's a really cool fight. For our first show of skill and power, we bring you Scarshell, mightiest of the Dragon Turtles. Scarshell, mighty Dragon Turtle. Bring it on, buddy. This fight's actually pretty hard and heroic. Whew, what a mess. Someone informed the monastery kitchens. We're having turtle soup tonight. Ready for the next fight? Ring that gong and get it on. It's time for the grumble-grubbing Goliath. 15 feet of furry fury. Kunlai Summit's own snow-stalking horror. Jolgrim! A snow-stalking horror. Down you go. Ouch! Safe to say, Jolgrim wasn't quite ready yet. Whatever. Next battle. She's here to make new friends, and then set them on fire. It's Pandaria's prettiest playful pyromaniac, Liu Yang. The playful pyromaniac. This is a fun fight to the point where I'm actually going to show it off a little bit. So she just sits in the middle tossing fireballs. I have to admit, I would be okay with them not doing scenarios more if they had the dungeon focus back. And as we know, Warlord's kind of dropped the ball on that. Uh-oh. This is it. The flames. The flames. Purify me. Oh, whoop. I'm standing in the wrong place. So this is kind of neat mechanic, I think. It's not complicated. It's just she summons out three, I want to say? Yeah, 3 little fire dudes, and they wander around. And as they wander, they push these firewalls with them. As you get rid of them, one of the firewalls goes away, allowing you to go get to the next one. See? Alright, let's see who we get. Snuffed out like a candle. Is there anyone these 3 can't beat? Ready for the next fight? Ring that gong. Get it on. Someone say yak attack. It's Axemaster Chagan Firehoof. Wandering warrior of the town long steps. Meh. Not the fight I was hoping for. So this is a Yongle. We haven't actually met the Yongle yet. They have a thing for fire. They have a thing for fighting. And they have a thing for oil. Trust me, I'll flesh that out more when we get to Kunlai or the Town Long Steps. As you can see, he likes his fire attacks. What a battle. Our fine combatants have served Chagan up a heaping helping of Yongolian barbecue. Ha ha ha. Oh, is this the good one? Oh, awesome. Flitting through the mist with death upon his fist comes the sinister and serene Jinyu assassin, Setai Bu. Yeah, I know, right, Magister? I found that amusing. So he likes to poison you and throw things at you. He's kind of a rogue. He also has basically an Omni-Slash attack there, but he can't move while he's doing it. And he slows you. Rogues, am I right? At least I think this is the guy. It might be the Hosen who has the attack I'm thinking of. We'll hurt him a little more. I don't think he's going to do it. Darn it. Yeah, I think it's the Hosen who has the attack I wanted to show off. So there's this Hosen boss who is awesome and makes like this giant waterfall around this circle. So this is the only safe spot, and everything around here is just this torrential downpour waterfall, and it's awesome looking. And we didn't get to see it, so. That is one killer carp whose slaying days have come to a fishy end. Everyone please cheer for the new champions of the Arena of Annihilation. Zuen's like, yeah, that was alright. Except Zuen's voice is super deep. I could never do his voice. Excuse me. I do not have that deep of a voice.
What do you need?
I agree, Magister. But then again, as we saw, it wasn't really the Pandarans setting it up. The other one I wanted to show off is, and this is the last one I've got, scenario-wise, before we actually get to story stuff. At least I believe so. Let me double-check. Actually, we've got two more we could show off, but I really want to save those two. And then that's much more appropriate later. That's much more appropriate later. And all of that is story-related. So we'll go ahead and show off the last non-story-related one. When this happens is debatable. I like to think this happens before we go to Kunlai. So I was going to do this one after we did Krasarang anyways, before we actually head up to Kunlai. It is debatable if it happens before or after we go through there. But basically this is a scenario set in a town, in an actual questing hub that we go through initially, the moment we reach Kunlai. Which is this one.
Goodbye.
Now, to be completely blunt, I don't like this scenario that much, but there's a pragmatic reason for that. It's because when I would queue for random scenario, I swear to God, about 1 out of 3 times it would be this one, so I got a little tired of doing it. So as you can tell, this is a very deadly and dangerous scenario. The music gives it away, too. This is the Brew Moon Festival in Binan Village. This is part of why I like to think this happens before we get to the quests here. I have not heard about that, no, Chef Laurent. Like, if they're adding more funny, silly, fun cosmetic stuff, that's great. That's something I myself have said that they should do. Hey, it's been a while. So there's the Mistweavers, you can see the Binan villagers just kind of hanging out. Some shield bearers. I mean, this is Kunlai, after all. There aren't many settlements in Kunlai. Most of this is unsettled territory, with only a couple exceptions here, and here. And the Grummels, of course, have a massive chain of trade going on. I'll talk more about the Grummels a little bit later. So, first, we need to prevent the vermin from getting into our grain silos. Well, in response to both Chef and Darker. Sounds cool to me. The only character I usually max... Well, okay. I usually max out every profession across my account. So I actually have every profession at 700 right now. I will probably keep it that way. I don't have a lot of lore to share about the vermin. Their name is kind of appropriate. They are barely sentient, barely sapient, barely cultural, barely have a society bunny people who really like carrots and really dislike everything else. So, really talking about the vermin is difficult since there's so little to talk about. I could literally tell you more lore about the gnolls than I could about the vermin. We do know a couple of things about vermin. And by a couple, I mean literally a couple. Hey, poppers. Oh, hang on. God, my neck hurts today. Hey, Zawan. The vermin, have this weird lack of concept of ownership. Like, they literally don't actually understand what it's like to own things. So, wherever they are, they automatically just kind of think of as their home. Which means, if they move in to a place, like if a group of vermin are traveling and they settle on a farm, a Pandaren farm, they will perceive that as their home, and therefore the Pandarans, who were there first and own the place and have been working the farm, are the intruders. I think that's more due to their lack of sophistication than any deeper cultural underlying entitlement, for lack of a better term. This fight's kind of fun. In case you're wondering what we're doing, we're helping the Brew Moon Festival get started here. So we need to stop all the little niggling problems that are preventing that from happening. So she has basically one attack of note. And that would be this attack. Whee! And yes, you can hit her with it, which is what I just did. You actually have to, because she's invulnerable unless you pop it with her own water spout. Yeah, ignore the Shaw stuff in the distance. That's in the past/future, depending on how you define it. So now that that's been defeated, they're going to collect some of the pure elemental water there in order to use for their brew. And we defeated the vermin, so we saved the grain for use in the brew. You're noticing a trend here, I'm sure. No, she actually gives us water walking when we go help her. She's in a boat, though, as you can see. See? She's bringing the water over to the people. I've got the water, guys. Hello, Necroblow. What's going on? Oh, don't even. I don't want to know, Zawan. I really don't. I don't think they even have a concept of what the Legion really are. Yeah, I could see that, Darker. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, so there's one other ingredient for the brew that we need. And it was waylaid by the Saurok, because that's kind of what the Saurok do. Looks like he's just unconscious. I should be able to wake him. Oh, thanks, Frozen Sorrow. I thought I was done for. I panicked when I saw the Saurok and wrecked my boat. I need to get this to Brewmaster Boof before the festival starts. Thanks again for saving me. Yeah, sure. Let's get back to the festival. Stop by my house later. I'm making something special. That's the last of the ingredients. Good work, Frozen Sorrow. Now the festival for Rift Mage can begin. Alright, toss the ingredients in. Now comes the hard bark. Everyone stand back. Precision is the key to the perfect kunlai kicker. Yongle? Now? Yongle! Yongle are invading! Brewmaster, Batari scouting parties have been sighted outside the village. They must be after the kunlai kicker! Frozen Sorrow, investigate these sightings and set up village defenses. They won't get my brew without a fight. I'll defend the brew until it's ready. Then we can use it on these Batari raiders. Everyone else, get to safety. Sisters, the village needs our help. Head to the front lines. Heal the wounded. So you get to set up defenses here. The defenses you get are randomized. That's the other reason I hate this instance, because the defenses are randomized. And there's an achievement for using all the defenses, and I really don't feel like I need to explain any more than that. So it looks like we got fireworks this time. I don't even have 1 million gold, Chef Lorerun. Although, very recently, by which I mean within the last few days, I discovered the trick to getting lots of gold from garrisons. Yes, I realize I'm about a year behind on that. So I have started doing that, thinking that for the next, I've got about 3 months to set up some gold gatheringness, replenish my stocks. I'm kind of broke after setting up for the Lorerun, to be honest with you. I shouldn't say broke, that's an exaggeration, but I've got about 60k across my entire account. Most of it is on this character.
Patience.
There we go. So this is actually a pretty fun quest. Basically, they will attack from one of 5 locations. You have 3 players. Usually they'll attack all 5 at once. So generally we split up a little bit. One kind of north-ish, one south-ish, and one east or west-ish. And then as soon as they have finished with their particular area, they move on to help the other players with their waves. It's a lot of fun. I'll let Chef Lorerun explain, because he's going to be way better at it than I am. It basically involves an inn and lots of customized followers who all have the treasure ability, which has been nerfed but is still useful. And as you can see, you can mount here, so getting from one defense location to another is pretty quick. Some of the defenses you can set up are way more useful. These ones, this is what this defense does. It's basically a cooldown one-shot to basically, like I said, one-shot anything in the range. And, as you can see, occasionally a boss mob will show up. Oh! And after the first wave, you get some brew. Give me some brew.
Speak up. Enough of that.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. The kunlai kicker. My attacks now have a chance to stun. I like this quest for many reasons. Or this scenario, excuse me. First of all, it is fun, aside from the fact that I got tired of doing it over and over and over. Second of all, I like the variety of it, and I like the... I tend to like defense type stuff in general. I am someone who played a lot of defense malls back in Warcraft 3, for example. I like the coordination it engenders. You know, when you're actually here with people you know, which is the only people I ever did scenarios with. I never pugged scenarios. Because scenarios only require 2 other people, and it's a lot easier to get 2 other people you know than 4 or 9 or 24. Yeah, I know. Filthy casual, blah, blah, blah. I've heard it a million times. Odalali, there is no reason to apologize for asking questions in my stream. Half the point of my stream is the interaction with my viewers. I love chatting with you guys, so never apologize for asking questions. Like, I've said this before, virtually any stream I have, the gates are open for Q&A. So you can just ask whatever. That being said, if I ever ignore you because I'm in the middle of discussing some big lore thing, it's because I'm discussing some big lore thing, not because I'm irritated with you or because I don't want you to talk to me or whatever, so... I can tell you exactly how it looks as one. Hard as hell and super fun. You can see I'm kind of falling behind here because I'm trying to man the defenses by myself. Anyways, so, to answer the question... Oh, wait, there was no question there. No! It was just saying that you like what I do. Well, thank you, Little Lolly. I appreciate it. I, always love hearing from more of my European friends. I have a lot of European viewers. About half of my viewers overall are European. And, well, I shouldn't say European. That's not actually true. About half my viewers are not from the United States. Let's clarify it that way. So, you are always welcome here, sir. Unless you cross over the line. And honestly, most of my viewers don't do that. I only mention that to be a completionist. Very, 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 very rarely do I have someone who crosses the line. Whoops, my sister's calling. Let's see what my sister has to. We'll put her on speaker. Hi, sis. Say hi to the stream.
Hi, Stream. Hi.
What's up?
Well, I thought I was walking outdoors, and I discovered something that I needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am doing something.
Okay.
And, okay, something is done. I'm going downstairs. I will be putting shoes on, and I will head towards you. So I will be there, and I'll be there.
Okay. Real quick, Bragwin says hey. Samurai says hi. Mina Madeira says hi. Cosmic Turtle says hi. Takoida says hi. Odolele says hi. The One Joker says hi. Azura says hi.
I can't remember all of those names, so hi.
Good work, Frozen. You saved the village. We are forever in your debt. Yay! Woo! Yay! Marry me, Frozen Sorrow. Wait, what? Guys, I have been propositioned by a Pandaren. I'm not sure what to do about that. Darker and Myron and Magister also say hello, as does Jalea. I keep thinking there's a second L in there.
Hey, Ani,
Da.
do you remember that crayon I was coloring my lips with on the session last Monday? Any idea what I did with that?
I can check your room, but I don't know. Other than that.
I think I might have left it there. Do you mind checking real quick?
Sure. Guys, my sister demands my time and attention, so I will be right back. Oh, see how demanding she is? Okay, guys, we have 2 more scenarios we're going to go through, and then Sis will probably be here. So we'll cut off for a little bit, and then afterwards I will be back for the remainder of the evening to finish up Crassering Wilds. So I'm going to hop off the phone. Wait, hang on, let me put you back on speaker. Now say that again.
Okay, guys, I'm getting off the phone now. I'll talk to you all later.
Okay. I'm sure they will say goodbye in about 30 seconds.
I'm sure they will too, but by that point, I will already be off the phone.
This is true. I'm going to hit it right now. Boom! I'll see you in a bit.
All right, bye.
Okay. It's okay, Cheer. I love you. Alright. Oh, man. Hopefully I'll get some food then, too. I haven't eaten today, and my headache's getting worse. So, 2 more scenarios to go through. Again, this is mostly for fun stuff. We're not actually covering the story scenario stuff. I don't understand your question, Bragon. This is all of the scenarios. These are they. This is not all the heroic scenarios.
Until next time.
Tell me of your travels.
They only have a few heroic scenarios. Battle in the High Seas, which sucks, heroic-wise. Unearthing Dark Heart, which is really rough, but a lot of fun. Secrets of Ragefire, which is really, really, really rough, but lots of fun. Blood on the Snow, which is probably the easiest of them, I'd say, but still very fun. Brewing Storm, and of course, the one we're about to do.
May the red
What do you
crane
need?
live forever in your heart.
So, it's uncertain when this occurs in the story, so I don't really feel bad about doing this one. This happens when Taranzu discovers this ancient Mogu crypt. And he's like, you must go into this crypt. And I'm like, okay. I mean, honestly, I'm an adventurer. You say there's an ancient crypt that's been uncovered, and that's just candy to me. So, yeah, let's do it.
White Tiger watch over you.
I mean, seriously, sold. Hey, there's a Shaw in this crypt, too. Hey, Brooke Canton. I am doing well, relatively speaking. So as you can see, the Shadow Pawn tried to infiltrate it, but they suck. So it's time for us to go in the mountain. Actually, I'm pretty sure this is in the mountains, because this is the Crypt of the Forgotten Kings, specifically. Nice, Chef Laurent. Now, I know what you're thinking. All of these scenarios look fun to play. Actually, you may not be thinking of that. I think the scenarios are fun to play. But they really have been extremely light on story. Make no mistake, there are story-centric scenarios later. I've just been waiting on doing them until we're at that point in the story. In fact, the story-centric scenarios are half of why I feel that the scenario system should have continued. Because it was a great way to basically have a plot-heavy, story-centric instance without it being a full 5-man. And I felt it was a great in-betweeny thing, because a full 5-man dungeon actually takes a fairly large amount of time and money of a lot of people in order to construct. I mean, logical, right? And Lord knows a raid takes a huge amount of time and money. So a scenario was a nice in-between way to still get across this kind of playstyle, something more than just normal quests, and they could do different mechanics with scenarios while still having, again, a way to advance the story and plot. I hope you'll see what I mean later when we get to the story-centric scenarios, because those are awesome. We actually talked about the Shah significantly earlier, because the Shah are kind of unique. Whoops, hang on. Yeah, by the way, traps still hurt even at 100. So the Shah, to reiterate, since you didn't see the other things I won, the Shah are... How do I put this? The Shah's greatest strength is exactly the same as their greatest weakness. Any given Shah will be stronger the more of its given emotion is present around it. So, first of all, let's start. Yes, they are void creatures, absolutely. But they are a unique form of void creature because their power is completely dependent on external sources. Shah have no real power of themselves other than their ability to try and engender their particular emotion within someone else. If you have more of that emotion, they are stronger. If you can prevent more of that emotion, they are weaker. It's one of the reasons why the Shah haven't really manifested until we showed up. And it's one of the reasons why when we defeat them, we do so because we are basically, the player characters are not so much immune as I would say resistant to them, because we don't really feel a lot of fear, for example, or doubt. So, down you go. Now, as you can see, these Sha specifically are of anger. Anger is the one who roams around the Kunlai as a world boss. Let me go ahead and say that I enjoy the world boss concept. I really do. I feel like they've implemented it quite well in Pandaria. Because they had a nice in-between point of there being several world bosses, but there are not too many of them, and they're not really in the way of questing. Like, Gillian may be right next to a level 62, 82, 92? I guess that would actually be 87. Low-level quest area, but he won't actually interact with those players at all. There's no quests right by where he is. Similarly, see you on, Myron. You have a good one. Similarly, the Anger who roams around Kunlai never actually stops in a spot where he is specifically interfering with a quest. You still have to roam at least a little bit out of your way to get into him. And of course, I like the fact that you can just gather together a bunch of people and go after him and kill him. No group needed. No, it's cross-faction tagging. As you saw earlier, I was actually on a Horde, and an Alliance group tagged Galean, and I jumped in, and I still got credit for it, because of the cross-faction thing. The one weird exception to this is Nalik, but we'll talk about him a little bit later. Hey, Summer Haze. Yeah, Warlords... Poor Warlords. Hey, look, it's a treasure urn. This isn't a trap. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. Well, tell me about it, Maid Fist. We will see more PC idiocy later. In fact, probably the thing that irritates me the most as far as PC idiocy will actually be in Kunlai. But we'll get there. As usual, I will discuss Warlords in more detail later, when we get to Warlords. We must defeat anger! I hate anger! Wait. I could see that, Rift Mage. There's a fair similarity between them. A little less sentience and sapience on the Shah's part, though, since the only Shah who have any form of real sentience or sapience are the Primes. I still haven't killed Kazak. In Warlords, I mean. Obviously, I've killed him in Vanilla and in BC. Yeah, sure is the one. There we go. So this boss is actually really fun on Heroic. And brutal as hell. This is not a prime of Anger, as I already mentioned. Anger's the raid boss. So he's got the breath attack, which will basically kill you if you're in front of it. He drops these little red circles on the ground. Now this is the fun part. It's not obvious because I'm trying to dodge. There we go. But you notice how the red circle's actually moving around. It's easier to not pay attention to that and get caught on that than you'd think. And of course, if he hits you with Death Force, he just plain kills you. Nice, Madeira. And this served as a bit of a teaser, as you can see there. The Thunder King will return. Ba, ba, ba. Actually, I suppose someone commented on my YouTube channel this morning, I want to say, about what they felt was the worst PC stupidity moment. And it's the entire Stone Talon chain for the Horde. Because the very idea of a Horde player going through with all the crap that we do in the Stone Talon chain is just eye-rolling. I talked about that when I went through there myself.
Slow down.
One last one. Again, this also happens later,
Enough
but
of that.
it's not really story-centric, so we're just going to go ahead and do it now. The Assault on Zanvres. This is down in the Dread Wastes. You can tell because this place is terrifying looking. So as you can see, we've gotten our ships down here, and we've gotten some aircraft. It's time to go after the Mantid threat. The problem is, as you can see, the Mantid have set up an amber shield around one of their Kaipari trees over there.
Lokta.
You're late, Frozen Sorrow. Let's get right to the point. Our latest recon shows the last of Shek'Zir's forces are holed up at the heart of the island. They're protecting a large weapons cache that Garrosh has ordered us to retrieve. Problem is they've activated the island's defenses. A massive impenetrable shield enshrouds Sunrest. This is where you come in. I need you to take the gunships and shoot down the shield generators. Okay. This actually happens after Heart of Fear, before Siege of Orgrimmar, for a little bit of placement, story-wise. Basically, if you ever wondered where some of those Mantid things in the Treasures of Pandaria boss in Siege came from, you're looking at it right here. We've got our work cut out for us, Frozen. Shield generators all over the island are protecting the heart of Zanvest, preventing us from reaching the weapons cache. If we don't get this shield down soon, we're gonna be overrun. Aim for the amber bombs. They'll set off a huge explosion if we manage to get them off. We're going in! Take out those towers! You worry about the fighters, I'll worry about the towers. Yes, I have, but I have not played enough of it to give an informed opinion, Cosmic. So far, it's okay. So now we have recursive shield barriers. We have casters who are putting shields up on shield barrier generators. Yes, shield... So we have shield barrier generators protecting the shield barrier generators. If I'm saying that right. Yeah, I did feel that XBC did have quite a bit of a MMO feel to its combat, for good and for bad. Hey, Marley. Hey, Progue. I have, but I barely remember, like, what's different. I'm just going to go ahead and flat out say that I don't recall anything significant. So this is another fun one. So instead of having shield barrier generators over shield barrier generators, we have giant scorpions carrying shield barrier generators to keep them mobile. And see you around, Ezra, in a few days. Drive safe. The shield is down! Move in for the main attack! I'll stop with the Star Wars references. You can see the Alliance carrier over there, which is bombarding the area. That is correct, Magister, because Terrace of whatever happens literally immediately after Heart of Fear. Ergo, these are the heart of, in other words, fear, the prime fear, is gone by this point in time. And I don't know if the Mantids are 100% wiped out, but as far as being a functional power, no. The Mantid are no longer a organization of note. Tears the Endless Springs, that's it, thank you. I think I remember, I just did it a couple days ago to re-record it. Now to kill some Alliance scum! Death to the Alliance for no good reason. Blah, 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 blah. Death to the Alliance, because we're stupid. Death to the Alliance. Stupidity. Okay. I haven't played it since it came out, Cosmic. I will probably play through it at some point, because it will probably be requested by the by my viewers. But, yeah. Why is my horde doing this? That's actually funny you ask that. So, my main character, Zalash, is not doing this. She did not do most of these things. She actually didn't do a fairly large amount of Pandaria. A lot of that was left in the hands of another of my main characters, who is a Death Knight called Dying Scream. Or just Dying, if you prefer. So, no, to our knowledge, no Darker. They kind of left the new queen open. I think I talked about this the other day. So we don't know if the new Mantid Queen will ever be a thing or not. I feel like they left them... off... left a door opening, basically, so they could bring the Mantid back if they felt like it in the future. And that's why they just kind of left the new queen thing off to the side. And I just got fingerprints on my glasses. No! So yes, I have a Death Knight called Dying Scream, and a whole story about her, of course, you know me. She's a little more pragmatic, as you might imagine, than Zalash, who is a Bastion agent. And so she was willing to do a lot of pretty horrible stuff to support the war effort, specifically because she was trying to get closer to Garrosh to try and sabotage his efforts from within. And that actually culminated in her basically being... let's just say that part of the reason why we only fight some of Garrosh's forces when invading Orgrimmar is because she and the forces loyal to her were fighting the rest of them in Orgrimmar while we were charging through in the siege. Yes, she is a Blood Elf Death Knight. Dying Scream is. This is a fun fight. This is Bomber McBomberson, the bomber boss. He switches weapons periodically. You can also hit him with, your own siege weaponry stuff. He likes to summon lots of ads, too. And I mean a lot of them. Taking this fight was actually kind of a pain, to be honest with you. Because there was just so much trash to keep track of. But with him dead, the Mantid thread is gone forever. Probably. I'm sure we will never hear from the Mantid again. Keeping in mind that, as of this point in time, this is before Siege, as I mentioned, so we will actually be seeing Mantid after this point in time, historically. But shrug. Now, one of the good and bad things they did with heroic storylines, I can't even show you this properly. Basically, once a day you could get a pretty decent piece of gear randomly off of heroic scenarios. That piece of gear was, better than heroic dungeon gear. As well it should be. Heroic scenarios were damned hard. But, again, it's randomized what you get, so it may or may not be useful, and you can only do it once a day. So, in my opinion, that kind of limited the usefulness of scenarios. The problem is there was no benefit to doing scenarios. Really, there was no gameplay reward for doing scenarios other than the one piece of loot from the heroic I just mentioned. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why scenarios kind of slid off in popularity amongst the overall aggregate of WoW players. Dungeons remained relevant because they were a good source of valor and gold. Heroics also gave you the valor as well, if I'm not mistaken. Again, once a day. And raids, of course, were obvious for a way of progression. But that was it. Now, I mean, what was the benefit of doing a regular scenario other than for the achievements or for the fun of it? And the answer was there really wasn't a reason. And I feel like that's one of the things that didn't help with that. Let me go ahead and make one thing in my opinion very clear here. I know I've said this before, but I was 100% in favor of the Valor system. I was 100% in favor of the Badge of Justice system back in BC, as it was implemented in BC and Wrath, specifically. And a little bit in Cata. In other words, you get this extra currency. You're guaranteed to get this extra currency. So you have guaranteed progression even if it's slow. So if you have no good drops, or you don't get the pieces you want, or you get something for an alt set, or you give pieces away. So in other words, if you don't get gear, you're still getting these points, which when you've accumulated enough, you can still have a way of progression, still have a way to advance your character. And I like that. And oh my god, Xehanort just said hi to me. I'm terrified. Hey, MPPY, what's up? So I really liked the Valor slash Badge of Justice slash whatever system. I felt it was a good system. They have basically abandoned that system for reasons that are alien to me. They've never really given what I would call a good reason for abandoning that system, so I can't even give you reasoning on their behalf. Oh, gotcha, Chef. Xehanort's following me, guys. But my reason for bringing this up is I feel like scenarios would be the perfect vehicle for a small but nevertheless existent method of getting just valor, for example, or just reputation, or something else like that. Something that would give you a bonus way of progression in addition to, you know, the other methods that exist. Just my opinion on the matter. Also, yeah, I think the Seeker of Knowledge for Xehanort, it makes perfect sense. It's a shame there's no, like, darkness related title. Other than, like, defeating the darkness or whatever. Which I'm not even sure. Maybe I'm misremembering. I felt like there's, like, one. Well, there's the Twilight thing, but that's not it. I have a couple of titles here. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off for now. I don't know when I'm going to be back, but when I get back, I am going to commit to finishing the Krasserang Wilds, and pretty much as soon as we finish the Krasserang Wilds... Actually, I guess I should stay here, shouldn't I? No, I should go here. I'm right. As soon as I finish the Krasserang Wilds, I will be going and finishing off the Valley of the Four Winds, and I'm committing to that today, because I'm kind of falling behind a little bit because of RL and because of other things getting in the way. This weekend, both of the days this weekend are going to be full stream days, so no half days, no quarter days. I'm going to be streaming all day, and we're probably going to be pushing through Kunlai, and Kunlai is a huge zone, as you can see, so we might just finish Kunlai, but it'd be nice if we could finish Kunlai and Townlong and really get going. So either way, I will see you guys later this evening, hopefully.